Hey, just waiting for this to stop shaking because I've got it. I've got my phone on like this cord, so like it kind of wobbles a bit. I'm just waiting for it, the frame to be like a little bit more steady. Yeah, so welcome to Relax Dude. For today's video, I was going to talk about how people are so focused on very materialistic goals like becoming successful, getting a six pack, getting a house, and it's fine to have these goals because some of them are quite important, to be able to live, to be able to do things. But I think that the risk here is that when we become so focused on such materialistic goals, we completely lose sight of what really matters. So to some people that may be their religion, so some people that would be their family. And I think for everybody, most people would say that family is their most most important thing, but your actions don't show that. Like a lot of people, it's fine to work hard, it's fine to go after this goals. It's absolutely fine. That's not the point I'm trying to make. The point I'm trying to make is when you pursue such things to the detriment of your health and your social life and your family life, and these things start getting affected. And like, fine, maybe let's say you have an important deadline, you have an exam. Yeah, you can be unbalanced for that period of time. That's fine. But on a long term average, you want to be as close to balanced as you can. Otherwise, what starts to happen is your actual productivity starts to go down as well. Like in the short term, you might say put in a lot of hours of study or work, and yeah, it will get you some results. But what you might start to find is that if you start working like 70, 80 hours for a few months in a row and neglect the other areas of your life, you're gonna start slowing down. Your mental health is gonna start going down. I mean, there's some people that can handle it, but I'm trying to talk about the average person who isn't the best at handling pressure and stress. And I mean, obviously, that's the point of this channel, is to teach you how to handle these things better, so that you can perform at a high level whilst also kind of keeping a calm state of mind. But the point I'm trying to make in this particular video is that you don't want to pursue materialistic goals to the point that you kind of lose sight of who you are, and to the point where you kind of neglect your loved ones who are actually the most important thing for you, and to the point that you forget what life is. And that's kind of one of the biggest risks, where you can become so obsessed and drawn down, uh, towards numbers on a screen, that you kind of forget that you're alive, and you kind of forget that there's so many things that are kind of out there for you to do and explore and experience with your loved ones. And there's just such a big culture cultural focus on all these materialistic things that we just completely completely forget what really matters. And that's kind of what I'm trying to get across in this video. So kind of, what would the solutions be to that issue? And I mean, I think that the first thing to do would be to take step backs. So, as an example, let's say you have a lunch break. Rather than eating your lunch at your desk, why don't you eat lunch with a friend slash colleague or fellow student if you're at university, and actually add a bit to your social bar, that you got to socialize with someone, you got to talk to someone maybe about what's going on, what's going on in their lives. You get to learn about the person. Maybe one of their friends comes along and you make a new friend. Like, that would really greatly that would actually add to your productivity, which is counterintuitive, right? Because you'd think by staying at a desk you're being more productive, but you're actually not understanding that for optimum productivity, you need to be the stronger your state of mind is, the better you're going to perform. And that interaction, say with someone, that talking, that change of pace, can really give you a big boost when you go back to your studies or work. And I think it's important to understand that activities that are seen as relaxing, they're not a waste of time. If anything, you can actually say that activities like going for a walk, for example, are actually productive activities, because all that really matters when it comes to a work context purely is your output. Obviously, on a life perspective, what matters is, yes, okay, your output matters, but what also matters is the quality of your life, right? But let's just look at it purely from an output perspective. Taking a walk or taking a short lunch break, like 45 minutes to talk to someone, eat your lunch, like that's gonna actually benefit your productivity a lot greater than if you just sat at your desk and you try to work while eating. And let's be honest, even if you're sitting at your desk and eating, firstly, you're not going to focus on the food you're eating, so you're not really enjoying the food you're eating, which is, again, it's taking the pleasure out of life, which is actually being able to focus on, the fruit you're eating, the nice food you're eating. And then on top of that, you say you're trying to send an email and you're eating at the same time, your focus isn't fully going to be on your work either. So firstly, your focus isn't on your food, and it's not even on your work, it's split. And split focus is makes you a lot more prone to making mistakes, and it also just means that both activities are not done optimally. So it's much better for you to take out time to do things like taking a walk, maybe a short meditation, listening to an audiobook, talking to a friend. I'm not saying to take a lot of time out. Just take a reasonable amount of time out to do those things. Maybe 2 or 3 times in a day. Take 15 minutes to do something like that, and it will really refresh your mind. And there's many studies showing the benefits of things like walking, meditation for your mental state, and it will actually help you to perform better. And now, in the larger context, relating to the start of this video of your family and spending time with friends, that is kind of what I'm trying to lead to. That spending time with family and friends is not a waste of time. If anything, firstly, it's most people's priority in life, but secondly, it's actually going to help you to relax more. It's going to kind of allow you to be yourself more, because around family, you that's your family and those are your close friends, so you're more likely to be able to switch off a bit, kind of recharge for the next day. So my point is that, firstly, people are kind of forgetting about the fact that family is the most important thing to them. And secondly, by focusing on these things wherever you can, it's actually going to help you in those materialistic goals as well. So there's like a two-pronged benefit to also taking that time out for family and not losing yourself in an endless climb and grind. And again, it's fine to work hard, just keep in mind why you're working hard. What are you working hard for? At the end of the day, it's so that you can take care of loved ones. It's also so that you can spend more time with loved ones and friends, so that you can make good memories and have good experiences in life, and make sure that everyone's needs are met in terms of food and shelter and so on. So just keep in mind the why behind the actions you're taking on a day-to-day basis. Thanks for watching today's video, and I'll see you again in the next one.